We are about to begin recording for episode 175 of Hermitcraft Season 4. Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And as you can see, there is a... Oh, free boots! I actually really need those, because, you know what, I'm not doing so well in the inventory department. One department I'm doing well in is hydration, thanks to all this rain. And another thing I'm doing... Whoa, that's another guy right there. Man, these guys do not let up. So, I gotta, leave Wells a little card that says, Dear Welsknight, please ensure monsters don't ambush people who visit your fort uninvited. And then I'll also need to tell him, hey, I snuck into your fort uninvited. So, he's got a few things here, on the outside that I like. He's got this bridge that leads to a portal. Excuse me. So, Wells has a few things here that I like. I like this portal. I like this thing that keeps the rain off my head. Do not like the zombies. But what I'm really here for today is to take architectural cues from his base that I might use in my place, the low-lying places anyway, the island places around my farm, to kind of give the impression that an ancient dwarven empire once had a military outpost there, like just a small place where a platoon or so might have rested and looked out over the sea to warn of incoming enemies, that sort of thing. So, I don't want to just rip off all of his cool modern dwarfish architecture. I don't want it to be as grandiose as whatever he's building, because a military outpost should not be a dwarven home. And I don't want to just steal his ideas, because that's uninventive and unfair to him. He worked hard thinking up all this stuff. Me just ripping off all of his architecture is terrible. But, if I want this to feel unified visually with my place, I do want to take certain cues from him. I'm really interested and surprised by the fact that he would use so many cobblestone fences all throughout here. That to me says, hey, Joe, maybe you should have cobblestone fences sticking up. But, where the fence or where a wall might have been around the garrison I hope to build, instead of having the whole wall sticking up out of the ground, because it's supposed to be thousands of years old or hundreds of years old and lost to sea and tide, maybe just have a few of these fence posts sticking out, a few of them missing, given the general impression of where the wall was. And it might have at one point had all these blocks underneath it too protruding, but now dirt and soil and sand and sea have obscured them, So we're left with just a few of these. One reason I really like this is cobblestone is super cheap and I have a lot of it. And another reason I really like it is because it already looks old and ruined. So, we're already, getting something out of this. Let's go ahead here. If we look at this stable, so ye old dwarven stables, deposit your steeds here. Now, I didn't bring a steed with me, but I'm here to get a sense of, how Wells is approaching various problems. One thing he's doing here is he's using wood for the stables, which makes sense, It's a good way to support the stone here, and, horses are going to be comfortable in stables made of wood. They're, normally in stables made of wood out in the rest of the world. So, yeah, you want to have a little piece of home for the horses. But anything that I'm going to use in my outpost would not have wood in it left over. It would have all rotted away a long time ago. I might still look at, the way... There might have been wood inside of it at one point. And so maybe I should keep that in mind and have areas where there might have clearly been a beam or a floor, but that's all been just rotted out. So anyway, let's see. Coming into this room, we've got dwarves, I don't know. I guess they're bleeding lava out of their slit tongues or something. Maybe this is a party trick. I'm not really familiar with it. But then we've got this huge hammer here. And these are definitely ornamental elements that they'd be unlikely to work into a military outpost. So I don't think I'm going to really draw too much from this. Especially the flowing lava. That seems to be a recurring theme here. And a lot of magma in your dwarven home. Magma fountains, for example. Central heating, from here. Central lighting. It's all good, but, it just doesn't really feel like it's appropriate for a military outpost. Oh, see, here we got a little room. Got a little stone tables, stone chairs. So having remnants of stuff like that might be interesting. I don't know what a broken stone chair would look like. Maybe just a half slab of cobble? I have to think about that. I'm kind of reverse engineering from what he built like what might have been built a long time ago and then been destroyed. So, anyway, let's see what we got down here. I remember going down here on a visit a long time ago, and I got kind of lost. So, this is some sort of inventory room. I'm surprised at how many of these ornate chisel blocks he used. I would not necessarily have made that decision myself, but seeing it having some of those might make some sense. Also, I'm interested. See, I wouldn't have necessarily mixed these different types of stone in together, but clearly, from a visual standpoint, it works fairly well. Like, there's nothing wrong with anything he did here. Maybe these iron grates are something I could incorporate as well. Having part of it sunk in. Oh, I do like this this little farm, little hydroponic garden he's got going. That's pretty cool. I guess dwarves do. I think that I'm trying to think like traditionally Tolkien-esque dwarves might grow fungi or something. This is an incredibly dangerous stairwell. Like, wow. So we got more central heating coming out of there. These are the actual active mine shafts, I guess. This looks like a trap. Oh, no, this is a tap room. It's not a trap room. Oh, and here's a little dining hall for like little platoons or whatever. Oh, this is neat. I like this a lot. It's interesting he didn't go with anything. Oh, he does have supports under the tables. I was going to say. He just has them every few feet. Oh, no, he's got like one end down there. One end down there. Okay. Man, there's nothing you can't learn from Welsknight. How to make a tap room. This is brilliant. I love these giant barrels. Okay, so lots going on there, but in terms of this space, this looks like I'm not going to necessarily get any architectural cues out of it. This is just, whoa. This is huge. Apparently slimes grow here. I had no idea this existed. This might even extend under my base, which is one of the reasons he asked me not to dig down much at my base, probably. So, that's cool. Let's see. Oh, in other Hermit news, while I take the slow walk back, Iskall hit 100,000 subscribers today, which is pretty awesome. We're all really excited for him. So, if you get the chance to say congratulations to him on Twitter or comment on his videos, definitely do. That is really awesome. He's been working hard on that. Well, not on that particular goal. He's been working hard on a lot of other individual goals, like making cool mods or mod packs or playing video games and making good videos. And it's paying off for him. So, I'm happy for him. Ooh. Speaking of awesome rooms, this is an awesome room, though. Okay. So this seems to have, like, suits of armor in it. Now, I'm unlikely to have suits of armor in my garrison, because, like, if it was a modern garrison, then sure, but, like, anything that was there that would have been valuable and light enough to carry or wear off would have been taken with them when they shut it down or, like, swept away by the storm that destroyed it. Actually, yeah, that's what I should do, is have the garrison not look like it was abandoned, but look like it was storm-tossed. Like a hurricane or cyclone, what do you call those? Waterspout came through and just swept parts of it away. Like everything above like 3 feet tall was just shearing off. Or shorn off? Shorn off. Sure enough, it was shorn off. And like maybe incorporate like pieces of it, like add like wreckage of it strewn kind of throughout. And this room is also pretty cool. I get the sense that this is the throne room based on the throne there. And it seems to have these cool, like, organic crystal lights, which is really neat. I haven't seen that done anywhere else in the fortress here. So those are probably really expensive and not the sort of thing you'd have in a military garrison. But, okay. So, I don't think I should sit in the chair, because that's going to be disrespectful. But let's just stand here. Oh, hey, there's a fella. We're going to stab him through the eyes with a bolt of wood and a flint tip. Okay, so where were we? Just looking out here, taking a second to take it all in. Like, the grandeur of this space would be unlikely to fit with the vision I have for my storm-swept outpost. However, one thing I'm thinking about when I'm seeing just the sheer volume of space here is that maybe the outpost should have like a flooded basement. And you know what? No, wait. They wouldn't have a basement on a tiny island adjacent the ocean. Because there's no way to not have it flood. That would just be a terrible idea. Dang it. I was so excited about that idea. But okay. So, anyway, just looking out though, core elements that we can take home from this. I think that I should use more of these squares than I would have otherwise. I don't think I'm going to use these big blocks here because those make this look more modern in an interesting way, and I like the idea that my space or the stuff over there looks older. I'm not going to have any glass or lava, but I do think I'm going to incorporate these cobblestone fence posts quite a bit, as well as possibly just some cobblestone slabs to give the sense of stuff being broken. So why don't we come back, we've been in this dining room, okay. Why don't we go back to my area and take a look at the little beach island and figure out how we're going to incorporate this stuff going forward. Time skip. Well, we are back atop the little island here that I think would be the home of this garrison. I figure even if I don't have anything protruding too tall, which I certainly don't want because I really want to have the house still have the uninterrupted view of the corn and the sky. Or not corn, I guess. It's wheat in Minecraft. But, like, anything taller than my modern artwork here would completely wreck the view. So we want to avoid that. I think, though, that just simply having a little bit of, like, segments of wall, hints of a building, might be good enough, actually. Like, even just things like replacing some of these pieces under here, like this. And then having, if I put a fence post there, it's going to do that weird water. I don't have a pickaxe anymore. Dang it, okay. So maybe pickaxe needs to go on the to-do list, now that I'm thinking about it, because swiping at walls with arrows is not going to be the optimal mechanism here for construction. But, so anyway, though, core concept of just having things that hinted that there was something here at some point, like, I think would go a long way. And then kind of having it intersect or something with pieces here, like having this kind of protruding, like, bits, kind of. Now, the way Wells had his was very regular, so it would look kind of like this, and so where he'd have, like, one and then diagonally one and stuff like that. So if I do that following the pattern optimally, it's going to look incredibly regular, but and then I would remove the ones that I want to remove to give the sense that it's not, or that it's older, or that it's broken down. However, I'm realizing once again this no pickaxe thing is going to be a real trouble for me. And also, another thing I was thinking about is as I work out, like, this storm-swept base of whatever garrison used to be here, I was thinking that if I go through the nether for a second... Hey, chicken, you going to the nether with me? No? Okay. Why not, you chicken? Ha ha ha. Okay, that was terrible. That's why I use my fake laugh. Fake laugh. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, so we have these two barns here. And originally, this portal led to my other barn. And then I built this portal, and then I jumped in a fire for no reason. Dang it. Okay. But it kind of makes sense to me to leave this barn here with this portal, and to destroy this barn and to replace it with, like, a scale model of the garrison I'm building on the other side. And in the same way that this barn is smaller than the real barn. Now, unlike the garrison on the other side, which would have been destroyed by the storm, this one we would be able to have, like, full height, although it would still be, reduced scale. So you'd have, like, towers and places where archers could stand and stuff. And that would be neat. However, I'm also realizing I'm going to need a pickaxe for that. Dying off camera last episode has really, really hampered my ability to proceed too much with active construction. So, I think I'm going to run back. In my city house, I believe I have a pickaxe or two. So I'm going to run and try and grab some of those. Time skip. Well, I've got an iron pickaxe now and an iron axe in case I need to give some iron wax to any sort of iron wood that iron could get in my way. I had a good time at Welsknight's base, and I think I learned a bit. But you know what? I need to apply that. I need to come in here and just actually start the building process. Even if it's just a few blocks here and there, it's going to make all the difference. So I'm kind of imagining that this base or fortress or whatever might have had some sort of tower here, because this would have been the most forward point, and it would look out, kind of projecting from the land, and have a great view of everything. So there clearly should have been a tower of some sort here. Now, having that represented by these is probably not wise. Or maybe like these were once the top of the tower, and I need to make a rough circle with them, and maybe give some sort of a sunken earth. Like, so the way the earth is already partially sunken here actually is kind of nice. Now here where you can see the side of this, I think it would actually, so pieces where you can see the sides, I'll go ahead and kind of replace with one block of stone or what have you. But pieces where you can't, I might just have the sand kind of obscuring these entirely. So that works, I think, pretty well. So we've got sunken tower or whatever here. Well, would the tower have sunken in the storm? I guess maybe if everything underneath it got swept away. That's kind of a weird thing, though. So, there's so many cool ways you could do this. And trying to reverse engineer architecture is not my strongest point. I'm kind of also out of my element a little bit because I'm doing this with somebody else's architectural style. But, you know, that's kind of the point. You know, you want to try and push yourself. So, here we go. Adding another one of these here. And then just kind of having these like so. That is a piece of it. That is a part of something that once was. And I did it wrong. I didn't actually do it right at all, did I? Because this is supposed to go back another one here. Yep. So diagonally pulling that to here, I guess? Yeah, that would be it. And then there, and there. And then there. Ooh, dang it. Gonna create a real fence if I'm not careful. I clearly had no idea what I'm doing. Okay. And it's dark, which makes me nervous. But I have no lights. Probably should have gotten some lights while I was at the house. Well, we live and learn. Okay. So, partial past tower. Might have had some sort of bridge. We would have... So if that tower was the tallest part, but like also kind of skinny and led back, think about how like a lighthouse you would have like a platform way up high, but then you have a house like along the ground. They probably have like a covered walkway connecting that tower over to here where they might have had a barracks or what have you. But I'll think more about that. Feel free to leave comments with the sort of stuff that you think should go in here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode and let my head kind of wrap itself around what I might yet do with this, because that's honestly underwhelming. Like, I think I established kind of a sense of what I was trying to do with that piece, but I don't think I'm quite there. So I need some more time to chew on this. Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.